Ladies and gentlemen, your DJ for tonight has spent hours setting up his lights. He's spent ages performing sound checks, and he's refrained from touching the buffet. Yet, he's keeping reasonably sober and is prepared to play just about anything you care to ask for. Get ready for a very special night and party celebration.
You're about to experience radio at its finest.
It's the indie scene with Bling.
This is the show that interviews the future artist of tomorrow. The indie artist today, broadcasting all over the globe. This is the indie scene with Bling.
All right, that's it. For the next 5 hours, you're my bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, your DJ for tonight has spent hours setting up his lights.
Broadcasting from a little island in Canada called Montreal to the world, IndieRockRadio.ca.
There we go. Wonderful. You see that? Off for a few weeks and I already forget to unmute my mic. It's unbelievable. Anyways, I'm back. I'm back in action. Yeah, that's another episode of Indie Scene over here on IndieRockRadio.ca. It's Bling. It's me. Remember? I'm sure you guys haven't forgotten me. Good morning and good afternoon and good evening to wherever you are in the world. This is Indie Scene, where we bring you the best of the independent music circuit from here and around the world. Tonight, I had an interview scheduled or whatever, but of course, due to concert situations and so on, the interview was canceled and will be dated a later date, sometime in September. Welcome. This is the all-new Indie Rock Radio Studios also. I have recently moved and, pretty much set up some really cool stuff over here. And if you're on Facebook, our Facebook page, you can check out the pictures from there of where I'm sitting behind the helm. Tonight is going to be a very cool show. We're going to play you some great indie music, and also we're going to introduce you to some of our DJs and their shows. And of course, the big highlight is our brand new DJ who's going to be kicking the ground running tomorrow night from 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after the Valley. And yes, none other than CK, who's our new host of Women in Rock. And we're going to be meeting up with her in just a little bit. But right now, I wanted to just, get into the music here and see what we can possibly pull up for you here on the show. So sit back, get ready. We are here and we are live all the way up until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at the same time. Also, you can check out the show if you miss it tonight, or if you're watching it now, you're not missing it. But anyways, we are also live on Sunday night from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, audio-wise on our station, so you can check out the show then too, and sit back and enjoy if you missed it tonight. If you prefer the audio version or you like the video version, whatever, it's your choice. So anyways, let's get on with a little bit of music here. Let's see what I can dig up out of my vault over here. I say, you know what? Let's start things off with a really cool group by the name of Vinyl Hero. And this is a remake track that they did. And I still think it's one of the coolest videos ever. It's Vinyl Hero doing a remake of Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer. So sit back and enjoy. Here we go, folks. A little bit of Vinyl Hero for you.
train. If you just lay down your tracks, you could have your aeroplane flying. If you'd bring your blue skies back, all you do is call me. I'll be anything you need. You could have your Big Dipper bouncing up and down all around the bend. You could have your bumper car bumping. This amusement never ends. But I wanna be your sledgehammer. Why don't you call my name and let me be your sledgehammer? Let this be my testimony. Show me around your fruit cage, 'cause that will be your honeybee. Open up your fruit cage. All the fruit as sweet as can be. I wanna be your sledgehammer. Why don't you call my name and let me be your sledgehammer? Put your mind to rest. I'm your sledgehammer. Let there be no doubt about it. Sledge.
never follow the sun. I don't know what to become, but I'm hoping you'll save me. Lately, I've been holding on to the stars. Gonna wait till you realize that you're driving me crazy. Flowers for Jackie, flowers for Jackie. Flowers for Jackie, flowers for Jackie. Everything you are, it's everything you are. Sometimes it's like I'm flying high as the sky. If I fall before you decide, there's no way you could wake me. You're always taking the time. Today I'm gonna tell you why. There's no one else that can save me. Flowers for Jackie, flowers for Jackie. Flowers for Jackie, flowers for Jackie. Everything you are, it's everything you are.
There we go. A little bit of the oh, God. Oh, I missed that one. Anyways, they're called The Speak, and that is a song called Flowers for Jackie. And just before that, we were listening to a really old group that's been on the show like years past. In fact, they are no longer together, but rumor has it that they are planning to reunite for a little bit of a concert venue. They are called Sign of One. If you recognize the drummer in the group in the video, you would recognize Pete, who is also the drummer for the band Slaves on Dope, and another which name it's not there up in the noggin tonight there. But just before that, we started off everything with a great group by the name of Vinyl Hero, and a great remake of Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer. And if you have any comments whatsoever on the show or so on, you can simply jot them on down over here on the show, or you can send us an email at admin@indierockradio.ca. Tonight is Meet the DJ night, so we are going to get right into it. First of all, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of guys who you might already know. One who's digging through his bag of goodies right now, and another gentleman who hosts our amazing weekend shows. Hey, John Blakemore and Warren Eastfield. Hey, Warren, what's happening?
Hey, Phil, what's up? How's things going with you?
Oh, great, 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 man. How's the week going so far?
Oh, not too
Swear,
bad. I've been doing some stuff there. I got some posters up on the wall behind me there that I just
man.
finally get framed and put up.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
they are actually original posters from the 1970s when my
Oh,
father did
nice.
motorcycle racing in Quebec, in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They used to have motorcycle racing over here. I didn't even
Oh,
know
yeah, big
that.
time. Yeah. It was a series called the Bramako Racing Series. It actually started in the very early 70s, went through to the early 80s. My father
Okay.
was the promoter and organizer of it. And the posters you
Hmm.
see behind me
Yeah.
are actually from the years they were made. The one over on my far left is from
Yeah.
1975, and there's two others, one of which you
Okay.
can see is both from 1976.
Oh, nice. Sweet stuff, man. So, how was he very well known motorcycle racer, your dad, or
No, he
no?
started out racing, and then
Yeah.
he had a near fatal accident at Mosport in '71.
Oh,
And then
geez. Yeah.
his passion for the sport was to make it safer, because back
Yeah.
then the tracks weren't designed for motorcycle racing, and it was kind of a whole
Yeah.
wild west thing.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
he
much
really
it.
instituted a lot of policies and procedures to really make it safer, and he left the sport a lot better than he found it.
Hmm. That's it. That's our other DJ, Bob Nag, who's trying to call me right now, and I will get to him in a second. Um, John looks like he's trying to find a tie to strangle me with or something.
No, I
John,
have a
what's going
wedding
on?
tomorrow.
I have a wedding. Look at him. He's getting all the garbadines ready for tomorrow. And
Is it his wedding?
I know. I don't know. He's usually officiating or he's going. It's a wonder he's not married to an Italian. The amount of weddings and stuff that he goes to recently. I remember I was married to an Italian for 20 years, and trust me, funerals and weddings and stuff like that. I've seen enough of them. I even used to complain. I'd be sitting at some funeral of somebody I didn't even know, and I'm sitting there going, "Why do we have to stay for 2 hours? Well, it's respect or whatever." And I'm like, I don't even know this person. This person never knew me their whole life, and they don't even know me in death. But
Well,
okay, I guess we got to sit here and everything's cool.
there's
So
a buddy of mine in Toronto, Magic. He and I DJ'd an Italian wedding, which did not go. The reception did not go as planned
mhm,
because we got to the reception, we set everything up.
yeah,
250 guests, all the guys showing up looking like they just stepped out of The Godfather. Okay, with
yeah,
the
yeah,
whole 9 yards.
yeah,
Italian princess, big beautiful dress, a
yeah,
big huge fishbowl type thing full of envelopes. You know what was in the envelopes? It was cash. I
yeah,
mean, it's
yeah,
like, wow.
yeah,
Turned out
yeah,
during the course of the reception, as things are going on, the toasts were happening. The groom gets
yeah.
up, says, "I'd like to toast, the family and everything, my beautiful bride." And he says, "As soon as I finish my drink, I'm going to leave, and there's going to guy come in, and he's going to serve the bride with annulment papers."
Oh,
And we were
nice.
like, "Whoops, what's going on here?" Turns out
Yeah,
that the bride had, shall we say, had a liaison with the best man just before the wedding.
yeah.
And
Oh,
he found
I've heard that
blood.
story many times. Yeah,
Well, that's not
seen a few
happening
of them.
tomorrow. Trust me.
No, sir, eh?
I didn't sleep
Um,
with the best man's wife. Okay.
no, you didn't, eh? That's good, John.
Huh? No, I
Good to
didn't sleep
know.
with the
It's good
good
to know
wife.
you're a good, eh?
My
You're a
good
good
friend.
soul who doesn't sleep around. So so getting onto it there. So Warren Eastfeld here, as you know, folks, hosts two shows on the weekend, and one of them we thought he was freaking nuts that it's never going to work, and it seems to have been working out quite well, which
Or are
is
you referring to Roadhouse Country on Saturday afternoons?
Roadhouse Country. Yeah, I mean, we're a rock station altogether, independent music, so on and so on. And I figured, you know what? We're from an era. I grew up, and I do know that anybody who's a rocker in Montreal or been listening to classic rock for years, like Zeppelin and so on, their daddy usually made them listen to country music and stuff on the side. So that's where all my vast knowledge of country music comes from. Is that my dad was a big fan of country music. In fact, my dad, I found out after his death, by the way, that my dad was a professional singer himself and sang with a country band many years ago. And my dad had the voice of Ronnie Millsap. He
Oh,
literally
there you go.
sounded exactly like him. And so I'm going like, where's all this music stuff come from? So I guess that's part of the genes or whatever. Music is in the blood, shall we say. No, great show or whatever. And also, folks, if you have any comments, anything you want to say about the shows or whatever that we're talking with the
Hey,
DJs tonight,
there's CK.
Hello.
yeah, yes, we have CK. And John, why did
Hello.
you pop her in without me doing it? Hey, he's trying to show his control of the helm here. I had everything. This is my show. I had everything all planned out, and John just comes in and shits all over everything.
I know you come and eating your cornflakes. Very good.
Now, children, let's play nice.
This is just it's payback. I know that because I probably did.
John, by the by, when you're done cleaning your home, can you come over here and clean my apartment? My house.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I swear my housekeeper never showed.
No.
So, why don't you come here and clean my apartment after you're done?
That's it. Anyways, so there we go. John's popped her on and wants to introduce her. So, John, I'll let you do the intro. Tell us, who is CK?
CK is basically a referral from one of our DJs. Sheldon has referred her to come on to the show.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
I went out there and I met with her and talked with her. Phil has talked with her as well, and we decided that the Women in Rock show now needs a woman DJ.
There you go.
So CK has stepped up to the helm basically and is willing to take this show out on the road.
Yeah.
Because I think I have too many shows on the road, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I've
John
been quite a while.
Yeah, John literally spends about how many hours a week, John? You've got hair
hours a week.
Hair appointments, the Valley, which takes most of the time or whatever, and also Women in Rock. Peace Changed the World also on Sundays, which is really nice. And people have been no host, no voice tracking or anything, just straight music, and it's just something we decided to put in on the Sunday morning when you're just waking up and having your coffee and so on, or wherever you are in the world. If you're just ending the day, it's a nice way to set off a Sunday over here. So CK, welcome aboard. Welcome to the family. We are really looking forward to your show tomorrow night. What can we expect from this show tomorrow night?
There's that evil little laugh of hers.
Total anarchy, eh?
Oh, here we go.
Well, we're going to be playing basically starting from a singer who was popular in the 40s, but it's her 1964 version, and we're basically playing all women or bands fronted and founded by women from way back when in the good old days to the present time.
Okay, that sounds like fun. So I saw the music list. We're not going to give it out because, of course, people are going to have to tune in tomorrow night to catch the show or whatever. But this is going to be, trust me, folks. I've seen the music set list, and I've heard the show, and trust me, you're going to have to tune in. This is some serious stuff that's going to be.
No, don't trust them, kids. Don't trust them.
Yeah, no, I have to. I have to. And no, you came highly recommended. So we're really looking forward to it. We've been searching for a while for someone to host the show. I mean, I have to admit, we had another person who was supposed to host the show, which was Susie D. And Susie D just ended up getting so busy in her musical career because she's a singer. And she was not able to fulfill the commitment, and she couldn't do something 100%. She wasn't going to touch it. So we probably will see Susie D back somewhere in the future, but we don't know in what way. But we do know our host now is CK for Women in Rock and so on. So going back to you, Warren. So not only that, we also have the Sundays. Sunday Oldies Matinee, which is where you play some great 50s, 60s, some great music on the weekend. Tell us a little bit more about the shows and stuff and what goes on behind the scenes.
Well, a lot of what happens with I do on the weekends is I take the whole course of the week and I set up playlists for every specific show. Sometimes it's give you an example. I just recently did a show where I did the version of Who Did It First. In other words, I had a 1950s or 60s classic version of a song, and then I had a remake, say from like the 1970s. Give you an example, Doc and the Medics, they did the song "Spirit in the Sky." Well, it was actually done by Norman Greenbaum back in the 60s.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a back and forth thing. I also intermix a lot of the 1950s, 60s, early 70s, but I don't do the disco stuff because that was a niche all of its own, so I try to stay more like that. And with regards to the country show, basically it's a mix of classic country and a lot of the newer up-to-date country, which is very popular right now. And it gives everybody an opportunity to try to reach a very wide range of audience, for both shows.
Yeah, definitely. One song I did notice you played one weekend or whatever, and here's a true piece of trivia. A lot of people don't know this, but you played a song called "Hello Mother, Hello Father." Here I am at Camp Granada. Believe it or not, the name from the great Southern rock band Leonard Skinner was created from that song. In fact,
Really?
there's a part where he says, there was a lyric in there where he was saying that he got a letter from Leonard Skinner, felt different, and so on. But basically, when the band was choosing the name for the band, he had that song in his head the whole time, and he says, "Hey, what about Leonard Skinner or whatever?" And so they stuck with that. So it came from that song. I saw this in an interview with, they had a couple of documentaries on Netflix on Leonard Skinner and the passing of the band and the great plane crash and so on, and the loss of some really great musicians. It's the cool stuff. So John. Yeah, go ahead, Warren.
Yeah, I was about to say, when you bring up the trivia stuff, it's really interesting because everybody is familiar with the group Led Zeppelin. I mean, they're rock icons, and that it's funny because when they very, very first started out, and one of their very, very first performances, the club or the venue they were at, the owner asked them, he said, "Well, you guys have a name? What's your name?" And they were sort of sitting there, "We really don't know." And the guy said, "Well, if you don't have a name, you guys are going to go over like a lead balloon." And they sort of went, "Lead balloon? Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. Led Zeppelin." And they went with that. And that's basically how that whole thing started.
It's like me. I was eating at a seafood restaurant and came up with my band name, Suddenly the Squid.
Hey, JB, check your messenger. I just got a message from Bob Nag. JB.
Yeah,
I'm checking.
Just check your messenger. I got a message from Mr. Nag.
I can't access. Yeah, here we go. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to do something here.
David Andrew McLean.
He sent me earlier.
Holy cow! Hi, Warren.
John, can you send him the new link?
Oh, yeah, I'm sending it.
Thanks.
David McLean. Boy, that's a name I haven't seen in a very, very long time. I wonder if that's...
well, he says, "Holy cow, hello, Warren." So he must know you somehow. Now, this one over here,
way back when.
This one over here, I have no idea who this is. Somebody, YouTube, it's probably one of those spammers or something.
Maybe.
Alf Carlson. Okay, Alf, if you're going to type a message to us, type a normal message. Thanks, dude. Because, links and stuff, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, so, anyways, getting on with it. Bob should be joining up with us in just a little bit. John.
Yes.
Now tell us what the whole meaning, like you were the creator of the Women in Rock show. So tell us where all of a sudden you came up with this concept to host a show like that. It's just in the middle of...
this was,
did a great job at it. Now let's give a little kudos to Johnny for hosting that show for so long. That's for sure.
This was a
Yeah.
show that I came up with the thought of basically to
Now-
the women out there. There's lots of women singers, songwriters, artists, actors out there. And the thought came to mind that the women weren't being honored. The women were kind of being left behind. Always the men groups were making it. So I decided, you know what, we're going to spotlight the women out there. Because there's a lot of great women out there.
Especially Lee Aaron, John.
Oh, no.
Hey, see, look at him. You see how he gets all worked up when I mention Lee Aaron?
I'm sorry, I have no Lee Aarons for tomorrow.
That was the worst show, okay, I went to.
Yeah.
I have no Lee Aaron for tomorrow.
The guy walked out of there with wet pants, I swear.
Don't worry, CK. I have Lee Aaron.
Yeah,
No, but I don't have. It's not on my list for my show tomorrow.
It's okay. You can put it on next week.
There you
go. Yeah, you can catch.
That's honored.
So yeah, because we don't want John to get too excited the first time out.
I remember saying,
well.
Hey, Johnny. Hey.
I'm beginning to think there's more to that Leanne's more that Lee Aaron story.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to bring it out.
It was a show that men walked out of there. Every man that went there walked out there with wet pants. I swear, she came out of there with the sexiest looking outfit. She was just squatting. She was getting down.
There's the story.
She was getting down and dirty.
Oh yeah. And Johnny will tell you which song she gets down and dirty to.
Metal
What you do to my body?
That's one of them, but it's Metal Queen that really.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, if I ever meet Lee Aaron, I'll tell her what I could do to her body. That's for sure.
You're gonna set her up on a date with John over here.
No.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. No. John's a taken man. He has his fantasies, but he's a taken man.
I know he's a happily married man.
20 years.
Yeah, because I'm already in enough trouble all the time. I don't want to get in any more. Right, John?
Well,
hey.
Well, John's not the only one who's married. I'm married too, going on 3 years.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Excellent.
Yes, Pat Benatar is on my list tomorrow, David. Pat Benatar is on my list tomorrow.
Excellent. Okay, so
and that's the only clue I'm giving out.
He's that, and don't. Okay, there you go. He's explained exactly where you've met before, Warren.
Oh, that was the Junior Dart League at the Dorval Legion way back when we were all kids. We used to play darts at the Dorval Legion back when we were all young kids, young teenagers, and that. Yeah. Okay. Now it's starting to click.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Ladies, how are you? Good afternoon. Good evening.
Hey, Bob. Hey, I think why aren't you showing up on the main screen? This is weird. I think
I got everybody on my screen.
There we go.
I see everybody.
Yeah. Yep. So, hey, this is a great night. If you're an indie rock listener or whatever, it's very rare that we all come together like this, and it's probably because of that big, huge red moon we had the other night. There's some crazy stuff's going on out there. Bob, man, where you at? You don't tell me you're at work still.
Yeah, I'm still at work. Got a few things to wrap up, but I promised you that if I had a moment, I'd join. Johnny was kind enough to send me the link.
Yeah.
And here I am.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I had no access to WhatsApp through the thing, and blah, blah. So yeah, Johnny had it under control there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Bob Nag. Bob Nag is the man behind the helm of the Saturday Night Extravaganza, which is the warm-up show just before Time Well Wasted. He's my boy. It's my right hand. Hey?
Yeah.
Indeed. You're my left hand, Phil. You're my left hand.
Yeah, I know. That's it. Let's just make sure our hands stay safe. That's all.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
So every Saturday night starts at 6 p.m. Eastern, and at 7 o'clock, which is hour 2 of the program, we do some 80s stuff. There's been a lot of great music from the 80s that we'd like to go back and play. I owe Johnny
Mhm.
Blakemore some more 80s tunes that he can upload. Then we'll have even more variety between 7 and 8. And then the last hour,
Yeah.
8 to 9, we just let the rock and roll flow leading up to Seer and Time Well Wasted,
Yeah.
of course. And we've got
Yeah.
the classic album side that we like to tee up.
Yeah. That's it.
So yeah, always a good.
Anyway,
always a
so
good time Saturday
Bob,
nights.
I wanted to introduce you to our new DJ and welcome her aboard. This is CK. She's going to be the host of the brand new show on Friday nights.
Wow, I
While
love the
John's
hat,
been hosting
CK.
it for the
Love
longest
the
time. You know,
hat.
Women in Rock.
You know, I got to agree
Yeah.
with you because I know
Yeah.
Johnny Blakemore is a bit pissed off, but the Woman in Rock
Yeah.
show should be hosted by a woman in rock.
Yeah.
I know it took you a while to get there, Johnny, but it's all good.
Yeah. That's it. No, great concepts. There's been some shows that have been created that we're not sure. You know what we really like to do, and this is something that an idea that I've come up with, is I'd love to have somebody come in and host a show. You know, with the Just for Laughs festival happening right now, I'm all inspired by it. It would really be great to have, just a couple hours of some spotlight on some great comedians and stuff. Russell Peters, all the greats, Fluffy, you know, all the mainstream, or some of the old stream, or some of the new stream, or anywhere you can stream.
Well, actually, Sheldon,
See?
the reason
Makes
he's
sense,
not here
doesn't it?
today. The reason Sheldon's not here today, he's actually at a Just for Laughs function tonight.
Yeah, that's it. Sheldon, Sheldon
He was the one who
Eric
recommended
was
me.
not able to make it here tonight. Yeah. But definitely another great show you can catch on Tuesday nights. And we're thinking about maybe possibly changing the time on the show. He doesn't know that yet. And we have another rock star who just entered the room. Who is this?
Kitty.
This is our cat JJ.
Aw, JJ.
Okay.
She likes to come in the office when I'm doing the shows, and she sits on the desks and she watches the virtual DJ program. And she likes to get attention while she's here. And she's a very special and very precious part of the family. She was a rescue. We got her a year ago. And sometimes she can be a little neurotic, constantly wanting to get attention when she's in the office.
Does she do any song selection during the show, or?
No, she just likes to sit there and watch the turntables spin on the virtual DJ program.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go.
Or lie in the middle of my desk so I can't use my keyboard.
Yeah. You know what I noticed? It's like when it comes to screens and stuff, dogs are not able to really see the screens where cats are. For some reason, if you're showing on TV, the cats, they look, and dogs don't really, this is just a personal observation or whatever, but, so yeah, Bob, lots of work and stuff I know goes into the shows each and every week. And, so what's it been like for you over here on Indie Rock Radio so far?
Well, we just spin the tunes, play the music, bring back some good memories. It's Saturday night, so we should be relaxed, and it should be barbecue time and supper time and after lawn mowing time, at least in the Eastern Standard Time. So we try to put the music that goes with that. Nothing too heavy, nothing too light, just music to relax by.
That's it, for sure. My mom's calling me in the middle of the show.
You sound like you got a lot of stuff going on in the back there.
I do have a lot of stuff going on. I'm in the new studios over here, which you're going to see on Sunday. I'm going to text you over the address. Finally been setting up the new studios and everything here, and it's been a fun time. Lots of wires trying to figure out this goes here, that goes there. Got the full DJ gear and everything set up too. We're going full bore over here. So my plan is just to bring some on the show here, to bring no longer like this virtual thing, but it'd be nice to just bring the bands live into the station and have them perform live here. So that way we don't have to worry about like time delays and stuff like that, because that's been the biggest issue when it comes to streaming with bands and stuff, is if you have the guitarist in one location, the bassist in another, normally you couldn't get everything to sync up properly. There hasn't been a software that they've really created that can do that yet. So it sucks, but I think it's going to be a lot better, though, a lot more interactive having them here. Yeah, CK, what happened to you?
Said she'll be right back.
She'll be right back. Okay.
She's
problem.
furiously typing on the
So,
keyboard.
Yeah, she's curiously typing on the keyboard. Are we missing something, CK?
We're trying to figure this out.
Oh, there's a message for me. She's typing love letters to it. Okay. No. That's not it. That's, okay. Okay. Oh, that, she was typing be right back. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So listen, I say it's time we play a little bit more music here and come back to this conversation in just a bit. If you just tuned in, folks, you're tuned to IndieRockRadio.ca. This is the show that started it all.
Okay. You must play Turn It Up Louder.
Yes, hence the name of the show, the station, Indie Rock Radio. Of course, I've been hosting this bad boy, for about 35 years now. One of the longest running independent music radio shows. And tonight we decided to fill in the show by having all our DJs come on and talk about their shows and stuff. Because, of course, I had an interview, and due to scheduling conflicts, we weren't able to bring it to you. But John, guaranteed September we're going to be having this guy on.
The person we were supposed to have tonight is on tour with Arcade Fire in the U.S.
Okay, and the gentleman's name once again was
Reggie Weeking.
Reggie
in
Weeking.
Indonesia.
So
he was part of the original Arcade Fire.
That's it, and that's as far as we'll go with the Arcade Tire thing. But he stands alone on his own as a solo artist and an independent music artist. Amazing musician, and we do have some of his tracks playing on the station. So, anyways, let's see. Let me play something for you, because we've got some stuff coming up in the next little while. There's going to be some interviews coming up. We are going back out again to see our good friends Playhouse, which are coming up soon. They're officially launching the full LP. Last time we were at the somewhat record launch, but this is the full LP. I think this was just the last show was just, I'm so confused. They got like double record launches now or something like that. John?
Yeah, it's
explain
the pre-record launch and the actual record launch.
Oh, the pre-record one. Okay. So this is the big official.
Yeah. This is the official Dancing.
And that's it. And also, we're going to be bringing you back, once again, River Brooks, who's going to be playing live at Ribfest sometime in August. August 13th. And you can catch her live at Ribfest here on the West Island in Montreal. If you're not from here and you're from the other part of the world, then don't worry. We're going to have an interview with her, and you'll get to see some of the live footage. We'll get that.
I won't be there either. Don't worry, I won't be there either. I'm vegan. So.
No?
I'm vegan.
You're vegan. Oh, you're vegan.
Yeah.
You know what vegan stands for, right? You know where they get the name vegan from, eh? It's Indian for poor hunter. Sorry.
Or reluctant hunters. Reluctant hunters.
Yeah, have you ever seen this guy? There's this redheaded guy online, guys, who does this the whole take. You know how like people who are vegans and vegetarians are always trying to convert you over and saying you shouldn't eat meat, this bad, this, that. And this guy does a whole reversal of it and starts talking about being a candidate for meat and how vegetables and stuff like that aren't necessarily good for you. It's hilarious. I'll have to send it to you. It's funny. The guy did a really good job at it because it was really funny, So some people, wouldn't get it, but this guy's he's done some really cool YouTube clips and stuff and fun stuff. So, anyways, let's get some Playhouse on here, and we'll play a little track from River Books, and we'll be right back at you in a couple of minutes. Bob, you sticking around for a bit, or are you?
I'll be here,
Phil.
I'll be here.
Okay.
I'll be here.
Okay. No problem. Okay, so here we go, folks. A little bit of Playhouse for you. And as John likes to call it, headbanging music for the headbangers ball.
To turn it up louder, that's the headbanging.
Yeah, that's it. So here we go. And is this working?
I never broke your heart. I had to find the light when the days went dark. I never saw the truth. I never told you lies. I had to drown myself when I saved your life. You burned, and all the times I hurt, I never said goodbye. And now I see the tears are coming. You just left me standing here. It always brings me down when the sun comes down. You just left me standing here. It always brings me down when the storm comes down, 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 down. Well, the stars, yeah, they lie bright in the sky tonight. Yeah, they're all above us. Let them beam down on us, and they'll fall down on us. Ooh, and we'll catch them if they fall.
They're all above like many diamonds in the sky. They're all the constellations when the sun goes down for good. Right here, we're shooting the stars. Yeah, right where you are. Oh, right here, right back where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Bob?
Break the Chains, and of course some Playhouse before that, and the song called "The Storm" off of their brand new EP, which is called "Dancing at Funerals." I think. If I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, Rachel.
Dancing at Funerals.
That's it. I should know. Yeah, I should know these things. For some reason, I'm having some major meltdowns over here. I don't know what happened, if it'll or whatever, and so on. I've got a whole new internet provider happening over here, and I find sometimes with StreamYard though, if you overload it too much, it gets a little bit haywire. Okay, so
Yeah, but
here we
you
go.
have the
I think
paid
this is
version.
everybody now.
You have the paid version, I see. So it should be better than the free version.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
you look frozen.
So,
Well, while
now
we were
you guys usually don't get to see this type of music because, well, you guys usually don't get to see this type of music, of course, because your shows have totally different music or whatever. But what do you think about some of these indie artists that you're seeing here tonight? Anyone?
actually, the sound was
Anybody can
really
jump
great.
in.
And the last two tunes there we were just listening to just now. I mean,
Yeah.
they're really great. They're really awesome.
Yeah.
They're really
That's it.
good.
Well, these are great. Couple of local Montreal artist, Vinyl Hero, local Montreal artist, Sign Up One, the only one that's to speak or whatever, which is a new I'd really love to get. I really dig that song, Flowers for Jackie, that we played earlier. Playhouse has been around for over 35 years here in Montreal, and finally doing very well with RFL Records and stuff, and they got a lot of concerts heading our way, so we're looking forward to going down and checking them out again for their record launch. Hey, John?
Yeah,
Although John's
sounds
idea of going to the concert this time, he's trying to convince me to put on black nail polish, and he said he
What?
wants to, yeah. He wants me to go full rocker with the eyeliner, the whole works, Yeah.
I've seen that look from him before.
Yeah, I know. That's what's scary. He's talking about doing that and even wearing a wig so he can hair bang in front of the stage.
How about fishnet stockings?
I used to wear them over my jeans.
Oh my God.
Black fishnet stockings.
Yeah, over my jeans with big holes in them.
I was thinking more of a Tim Curry from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I used to go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show dressed as Tim Curry.
Yeah. You know what's
Actually,
funny is we get a few.
I had the opportunity while we were away. Phil and John know this. We were talking about the shows that we do and how we do this. I recently did a salute to KTEL Records on one of my shows, and Phil was absolutely beside himself walking through the whole show. So what I did is I actually went through the record collection. So we got, this is one of them. There you go, Phil. See,
22 explosive songs, yes.
Yeah.
I had the one called Dynamite or something. It had
I have
like
that
the
one
milk
too.
carton on the front. Yeah, I remember that one.
I have that one too. These are some of the albums that I had played.
Oh my
and then Phil asked me the question whether or not I had the KTEL record selector.
Please
No way.
Please
there, but there you go, Phil. Just for you, right there. KTEL record
I
selector.
got a full collection. Do you remember that, Bob?
And this was
Bob, do you remember
$3.99
the
back in
KTEL
the day.
selector?
Of
The
course. Everybody
the
grew up on KTEL.
Yes, I remember the commercials on TV.
Yeah.
I am old enough to remember.
Yeah.
I'm on the older side of Gen X.
Yes. You ever remember? It was a KTEL also came out with this thing. Remember, it was like you would put a pen in one and it would trace. It was like a tracer. The thing never freaking worked because it was so flimsy, right? It was like a little accordion of plastic, and you would put a pen in one side and a pen in the other, and you would sketch around like a picture with this plastic pen.
It would duplicate.
And then it would duplicate on it. No, it did not. In fact, it did not make you a great drawer at all. KTEL had some pretty good ideas. Some of the things.
The king of kitsch.
That's it.
And if it wasn't,
you know what I really miss is
If it wasn't Kate
You know what
Teller
I
with
miss
the
is
deal with the pocket fisherman.
Yeah. Remember, or the best one, blue blockers. Remember those guys? Eh? The sunglasses, blue blockers. Eh? So you can see perfectly when you drive and all that stuff. You still have
Are
people
you able
wearing
to
them.
see perfectly when you drive, drove? When did the accident rate go up during that time?
That's it. So listen, I have a question for each one of you, and I want you all to answer this or whatever. Give the audience a little bit of a background. What made you get into radio? What was it that gave you that bug that said, I want to do radio? Let's start with Bob.
Come on. You know where it came from. I mean, before indie rock radio in Montreal, rock and roll lives at Shom FM. And I was a huge fan of Shom through the 80s, listening to it all the time. 80s, 90s, I was hooked. Not only the music, the announcers, the way the music was portrayed and presented. I was a big fan of the morning show. So rock and roll was in the blood, Phil, from an early age, and I wanted to be part of it. I wanted to be part of it, and I applied to get in. It was my childhood dream to work at 97.7, and it didn't work out. I did something else. So so that was it. The bug was
But we
on
got
the
you, and that's all that matters.
Yeah,
right?
and then IndieRockRadio.ca came along, which is the second best alternative, which has now become number one, and that's where I am, right?
Yes. Well, you got it. So it all works out in the long run. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Now, I did hear rumors, though, that you also did some work also at a radio station.
I did. I was actually working at Mix 96 for a long time.
Mix 96?
Yeah, which is just down the hallway from Shom at the time. So I was always trying to get into Shom, but I didn't. But Mix was very nice. Did a lot of pop-ins, overnights. But the dream was always to end up at Shom for some reason.
Okay.
It was a rock and roll. It was a rock and roll in the blood. That's it.
Well, and that's all it matters.
I know you're not a big fan of those call letters, but it's okay, Phil. It's a personal dream.
No. I'm not going to frown away from it, and don't want to get myself in any trouble. But I don't give a shit. I'll just say it like it is. All of us grew up on Shom. We all grew up on it. It was in fact. So of course, if we can't sit here and say that Shom did not inspire us.
Come on, we have to remember the good old days of Shom. There was on Monday night there was a Benoit Dufresne, the New Music Foundation, at 9:00. Claude Rajat was doing his show, which I don't remember the name right now.
Charles Made in Canada.
Made in Canada show Wednesday nights.
They did a lot of great stuff.
Metal for a while. I don't remember exactly the name of the show, but there was some metal on Friday nights, and I'm trying to remember the other shows that were very influential at the time. I mean, Randy came along and did the blues stuff on Monday nights for a long time that I really enjoyed listening to, and it was a classic and legendary radio station. There's no doubt about it. A lot of music that landed there made it big.
But the thing is now what it's turned into type of thing. It's really sad to see that they've gotten out of touch, and they've gotten out of touch with the stuff like that. And
but I think that's why we're all here.
All best to them or whatever. And I hope that
radio.ca, right?
Well, listen, this is the funny thing, and look, I'm going to be honest. I've been in radio for a long time, 35 years myself, and I could tell you that other stations do listen in and stuff. And I know that we're making enough waves over here in Montreal locally that they are starting to look into us or whatever. And they are recently, I've noticed that they've been trying to make a lot of changes and trying to catch on to what it is that we do over here. The only that often imitated but never duplicated, as far as I say. And by the time they figure out what we're doing, we'll be already 2 steps ahead.
That's great.
And it's a very simple formula. If you want to know the secret, Shom, it's as simple as this. We play what people want to hear, not what we think they should hear. That's the key ingredient to success in any sort of DJing. And that's why the listenership is there. That's why people are tuning in. Making us the alternative to, the local stations and stuff.
So
What
what
about the
Internet
others?
radio is
What
pretty
about
big
the
stuff now, you know.
what about the
So
others? How
very,
did you
very
guys all get into radio?
How did I get into
Yeah.
this?
Go ahead,
Well,
Warren.
to be perfectly honest with you, I've always been involved with music one way or another, either as a musician or I was a musician for many, many years, both in and out of school. And then I made the transition to spinning vinyl. I started actually at a place called the Music Box, which was a Dorval Teens Club run on Friday nights. And that was back when it was all vinyl. Made the transition from that to doing the circuits in both Montreal and Toronto. And then made the transition to doing CDs and then started making some of my own stuff. Then I got involved into converting old vinyl and cassettes to albums. JJ, get your tail out of the screen. Sorry, I'm being video bombed here. And then I had the opportunity with a previous internet radio station to work with them for almost 10 years. And then when he closed up shop, both Phil and John had the opportunity to listen to some of the shows I was doing on the other station, and they said, well, come on over here and try it with us and see how it works. And as they say, the rest is history.
Good for you, man. Sounds like a great story.
That's it.
Well, CK is chuckling because CK also knows that I do have a rather unique nickname.
Animal.
Yeah, because they used to work together at that station.
Yeah.
And
she's talking about
go
that.
ahead, CK.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
What is that?
CK, you're up.
Oh, gee, me on the hot seat. Oh, wow. Okay. Where do I begin? It's cheaper than therapy.
Hey, that's my line. That's what I always say.
It's a great market. How did truth be told, even when I was young, I was a Shulm listener too. Disappointed in the turn that Shulm took over the years, but back in our day, any good old Gen X or child of the 80s, a lot of bands got their start in Montreal on Shulm FM, like U2, Christopher, Genesis, Alan Parsons Project.
Supertramp.
Supertramp, thank you, Supertramp. They all got their start in Montreal on Shulm FM before they made it to the rest of the Canadian market and to the US markets. And it was album-oriented rock. And I did always want to spin records myself, except life intervened. Life intervened. I never got a shot at it until Warren. Warren and John, I went to high school with both of them. But anyways, Warren offered me a shot over at now Nick. I don't know if it still exists. Mix Vibes.
No, it doesn't. It's
okay.
gone.
It's gone. Okay. The now defunct Mix Vibes. I had two shows: Classic Cuts with CK, which was a blues and classic rock show, and I hosted the Sunday Night Oldies. And once in a while, I filled in for other DJs. So, so when that was ended, I never thought I was coming back to radio. I was starting to get into YouTube and videos and all that, and I was happy doing that. And then Sheldon called me and asked me, "Are you interested in hosting a show on women and rock and roll? Are you interested in coming back?" Wait, what? Never thought I was coming back, to be honest. I never thought I was. But after he suggested, I thought,
we've all been there.
Yeah, I said, I miss it.
Even me, I took a 6 years hiatus for a little while because I was just fed up of the changing of guard, shall we say, in the music industry, Whereas I had worked so hard over the years to get those credentials to be able to get the interviews that I wanted. And then at the end, when I got some young millennial who's giving me an interview with the drummer or the bassist of the band, that's like going backwards. So, yeah, I get you. So I had dropped out for about, and then when I came back, believe it or not, I had applied at the Jewel and then a couple other stations, and then they didn't pan out. And I said, you know what? Why do I want to go on a radio station that's going to tell me what to play, going to tell me what to say, when I could just, with technology today, I'm pretty sure I could start up my own online station and so on. And here we go. And here I am with all of you guys and such an amazing success. The only thing is when we started Indie Rock Radio, we started November of 2019, and you know exactly what happened after that, right? Freaking pandemic hit, and it's been a tough one. But for some reason, it hasn't been there hasn't been any downfall to it. Our listenership, in fact, is constantly rising and not declining at all. And people are liking what they're hearing, you know. And it's thanks to great, wonderful DJs like yourself. And if I haven't had the chance to say it to you all, I love you all. You're my family, and you guys do an amazing job keeping the station going. Would you?
Well, hold
agree,
on, you
John?
haven't heard me yet. Let's be fair. You haven't heard me. You might regret that. You might regret that.
Yeah.
Actually,
Hey, John?
a footnote to CK's story is that Sheldon was actually CK's technical producer. And when he got downsized out of his job with Bell Media, Sheldon started talking to me about getting involved with the broadcasting as well. And I said, sure, come on over, I'll give you a shot. So he actually had two shows himself.
Yeah.
He had Inside the Vault, which is now here with Indie Rock, and he had another show called Studio S. And Studio S was his disco and funk show. So CK had her two, Sheldon had his two, I had my two or three, and then we also had a couple of other people, Alana Cameron and Natasha G. Filion, that were training and coming in as guest co-host and doing guest spots on the station as well. And like I said, but it was a lot of fun then, and making the transition from what I used to do to what I do now for me was very easy, because it was just taking the drumming and percussion experience and applying it to the radio and just having a lot of fun with it.
That's it. Yeah. Bob?
Yes, sir.
I remember, were you working at during the time when Shome was on Green Avenue, or no?
That's true, eh? Shome was on Green Avenue at the time.
Yeah.
So it hadn't
Yeah,
been
Yeah.
anything-
Well, listen. That's what, back when I was working for Shome, that's where they were. Okay. And yeah, I did work for them. And the thing is they had this, you were talking about all the old heyday CK. They used to have a wall in Shome FM studios, and it had I swear to God, when I first saw this, I was just so fascinated. It had signatures from Robert Plant, Keith
Oh, I know
Moon was
about
on
it.
there, everything. We're talking
Sheldon used to work there.
signature freaking musician who was just starting out. Yeah. And paid off is in the end when they moved the studios over, right? To I think they were on Fort for a while, and then it went from there to where their present location is now. They did not keep the wall. They should have at least cut out the gyprock and auctioned it off or something like that. Yeah, they
So where is
literally
the wall?
just took the wall out, painted over it. And it's
However,
gone.
you
It no
remember
longer
there was
exists.
a door. There was a door with a heart. There was a door with a heart
Mhm.
at the old Shome FM studios on
Yeah.
Green. Apparently,
That's the
somebody
old
kept it.
one. You're talking about the old house.
Yeah,
The old
somebody
house.
kept that
Somebody
door.
owns that. Yeah.
The door.
that
yeah.
door,
Yeah.
that door.
That
is
was
at
when
the
they
current
first started out in the old house. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that door is at the
It
current
is.
location. They took the door with them. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the wall with
Oh,
the
okay.
signatures, no. I don't know what happened to the wall with the signatures.
No,
I don't
the
know
wall's
either.
gone. It's gone.
Guys,
Yeah.
just like
And they
the
moved
wall.
over.
is
The only
gone,
person who
so
stayed
am
behind
I.
was
I'm gonna say
Team
thank you and good night to all of you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for having me.
Good night,
here.
Bob.
And,
No problem.
I'll
Hey,
catch you,
you keep
on
those planes flying, Bob.
IndieRockRadio.ca Saturday nights on IndieRockRadio.ca. That's where you'll see me next.
That's it. Saturday night, 6 p.m. Don't forget
Got
to
it, baby.
show up, people. And by the way, you are coming in right hot right after a really cool interview, Bob. This weekend, Cooper Talk has got Mr. Tommy Chung.
Okay, cool.
Tommy
All right,
Chung
we'll do it right after
from
that, man.
Cheech and Chong.
I'll
Yeah, so
definitely,
he'll be coming right out of that.
I'll do some of the good stuff before I come on, so that I can give my
Right on.
All right, man.
Perfect.
Rock on.
All right, excellent.
All right.
Nice meeting you, Bob.
Bye, guys.
Rock on, man.
Hey,
All right, take
And
care,
with
Bob.
that,
and there
I
were
gotta
four.
bounce too. I got to bounce too because I have to go and make sure the family's fed for the evening there. Thanks for
problem.
having me on, guys. Had a really great
Yeah,
time.
we're gonna pick CK's mind anyhow, because she's the newbie over here, so we got to give her the old initiative.
You don't want to pick.
and all
No,
that
You
stuff.
may regret doing that, Phil.
You
may
can't
regret
pick
doing
my
that.
brain. I don't have one to begin with. You can't pick my brain. I don't have one to begin with.
There we go. So, all right. On that note, it was thanks a lot for stopping by, Warren. Appreciate it. And just on a side note or whatever, me and John got to get together shortly, sometime soon. Send us an email. Let us know when you're available. All right.
Yeah, as I said, I'm on Saturday. Saturdays 2 to 4 p.m. Sundays 2 to 5 p.m. Saturday Roadhouse Country. Sundays Oldies Matinee. Hope to see everybody there. Have fun. Peace out, and we'll see you all real soon. See you later, guys.
All right. Take care, Warren.
Bye.
All right.
Bye. And then there were 3.
All right. So and then there were just like the Genesis album says, and then there were 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there we go. There's some of the staff that works over here at indierockradio.ca. Make sure you check out their shows, check them out. A lot of hard work goes into this station, let me tell you. And, we appreciate all the kudos and all the messages and all that stuff you guys send us. John, I think we should take that down now.
Take what down?
We still have the Indie Rock Radio, unless my computer's messed up. The River Brooks concert info.
I took it down.
Still on the screen. Did you?
I see it still on the screen. Okay, there we go.
It's still on the screen, John.
I don't see it anymore. It's gone.
Okay. It's disappeared now. I don't know. StreamYard's they sent a message and said that they are having issues. It's not us. It's not us. It's them. It's them.
Who else is no?
How many times have you heard that in a relationship? Eh?
I've used StreamYard for years.
It's not you. It's me.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I've used StreamYard for years, ever since I started doing YouTube a couple of years back. So, and it's always been this way. It's always been buggy and wonky. And sometimes, there was once upon a time, I was dealing with a 20-second delay, another time a 2-minute delay between YouTube and StreamYard. So,
and also, I'm trying my hardest to make the videos flow from one to the other, and I don't know if there's any pauses going on other people's end. And let us know if there is any quirks that you're seeing, people, and we're going to try and rectify them as best as we can. If not, we'll have to find another provider. That's it. Johnny! So tell us a little bit about all the madness that goes on in your world with the Valley and so on and so on.
Yeah, it all
This
starts
is your chance to talk directly to your listeners.
Yeah, it all starts off on Wednesdays with the hair appointment show from 3 to 6, which now that Women in Rock is gone, it's probably going to be 3 to 7. I'm going to extend the hair appointment to an hour more because I have an hour. I have less time that I have to spend doing another show.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen, John. I know you and I know the truth. The truth is that he's sad for letting go of the show.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it won't be long before he comes up with another creation to fill in the time.
No.
Hey, look at his smile on his face.
Yeah,
I know it.
Be a creation probably for 6 months because I have a lot on my plate.
Yeah.
Coming up to these next 6 months, going out the year, But there will be another show. The Valley is Friday. The Valley basically talks for itself. It's our Christian show that started off as 3 hours. Now it's 4.
Yeah. Like he doesn't have enough work on himself. He puts it on. He does. He puts it on. Like he doesn't have enough with 3 hours. He's got to do a 4-hour show. And how long? You know how long he spends just to do that show every single week? We're talking over 20 hours.
Just to do
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Just research, finding all the tracks and everything. So it's always fresh, and that's what's great about it. I think that's why people tune into it. If you want to have any comments about the shows and stuff like that too, folks, you can send them on by us. As you've seen on our website, we've posted up a fan page now where we have posted some of the cool emails that we've gotten from you about the shows. And
I
one of the
know.
coolest things that we've heard is they said that John creates a really incredible show that a lot of people who have been going through all this pandemic and everything else, that they found a place to wind down and catch their spiritual side. And you know that's what it's all about. He puts a lot of work into it. Honestly, 4 hours a week for you to spend a little time with God and spend a little time with some great music. It's not a big deal, and it is the most popular show on the station. You know, I have to say something. We just can't compete. You know, it is what it is. Um, but it's an amazing thing, sitting back here and being in the business for so long, and yes, creating the station, but seeing amazing shows like that flourish. And CK, I'm looking forward to seeing your show flourish. No pressure, but no, but yeah, for all the people who do tune into the Valley, she's on right after, and I'm telling you. We've gone through some heavy selection, and we just didn't go out there and pick any random person who said yes. We are very stingent about who we do choose to have on air, and I think we've chose the right person here, John. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we look forward to you tuning into that show tomorrow night. Well, if it's Sunday night and you're listening to Indie Scene right now on Indie Rock Radio, which, I'm not trying to confuse you or anything, but the show would already be on. But it's Thursday night right now where I'm broadcasting the show. And so Friday nights, you can catch it from 6:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the show's going to, I think, go to a different level.
Yeah.
A little bit more, not that John, not taking anything away from you, man, because you've done an amazing job with it so far. But I think it just needed that little,
it needed
woman's touch, the woman's touch. Yeah.
Oh, then you came to the wrong place.
That's it. And of course, she's already got the touch with the cool, beautiful fedora she's wearing.
I've got a collection of 30 fedoras. It's why my nickname on YouTube. My nickname on YouTube is actually Fedora Chick. I'm known as Fedora Chick online. Yeah, Fedora Chick. I've got 30 fedoras. Don't tell me I'm obsessive now. But I have a collection of 30.
How the heck did you get into collecting fedoras?
Some people collect stamps.
No. Yeah.
Some people collect stamps. No. No. I started interesting story that it started when I was 15 in grade 10. I got my first perm, and it was from that old, I don't know if either of you remember that old chain of hairdressers bag.
Yeah.
Terrible chemicals that they used. Terrible, horrible chemicals. Burnt my hair out. I ended up with a near bald spot. So I had to walk around with a hat to cover said bald spot until the hair grew out. Mercifully, it did. Your girl doesn't have a bald spot now. I'm over 50 and I have more hair than I did when I was 15.
Do you still have your first fedora that you bought back then?
No, unfortunately, I don't. It got lost. I moved around a lot, especially during my youth, like a lot of young people. And things get lost. So, no, I don't. But I kept collecting over the years, and I kept collecting. I've got for winter, I've got for summer, like the straw and the lighter materials for summer. I got all different colors. And hey, look, I think it classes up something as simple as a t-shirt and a pair of sweats. So it classes it up. That's my opinion.
And where does this whole fedora thing come from? What's the history of the fedora? Tell us.
As opposed to covering my head with, say, a beret or a beanie?
No. I'm talking about as in like it's a really cool, funky hat or whatever. But what is the
This one came from an Etsy shop. This one came from an Etsy shop. Yeah, it did. I saw it. I was looking for something else on Etsy, and you can buy some really cool stuff on Etsy. Really cool stuff. Stuff you won't find in normal retailers like this hat here. Fedoras, I don't know. I think classes up the simplest of outfits without too much effort, covers bad hair day, distracts from bad hair day. It distracts from a lot of things. I find things that you want less attention on. Things you would want less attention.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask that next. Like, do you wear the fedora during the private times?
What I wore it when?
During private time. During private time or whatever. Oh.
No, I'm only on camera.
The fedora does not work with that then. That's what you're saying. Right?
Fedora does not what?
It only works with like outfits you would wear during the day or whatever. The fedora does not go with any
or
sort
doing
of...
a video or doing YouTube or Instagram, shooting Instagram or shooting YouTube videos.
There you go.
Or shooting TikTok.
So, we just need to educate people properly, So if you're thinking about wearing a fedora while entertaining your husband in the bedroom or whatever, it is not for that. Okay, it is made specifically for enhancing outfits and looking cool on YouTube.
Yeah. That's right. Exactly. Exactly. That's what it said. That's.
I'm being. You know what? I'm being cool. Usually, Bling is quite the wild child or whatever. So always expect that I always come out of left field, and I always come out with something really strange to say. In fact, I was doing an interview. I remember one time on the show, and we were when I was doing another internet radio show. Was Indie Scene, of course, but on Mohawk-radio.com in Ganawage. And somebody had called in asking questions to the band that I was interviewing, and the guy goes, "Hey, Bill, how are you?" And they go, "Okay, thanks a lot for your question, Bill. But Bill, before you go, I got a question for you. You have a question for me?" I said, "Yeah, I got a question for you." And he goes, "Really? Okay." I says, "Bill," and he goes, "Yes." I said, long pause, right? And I go, "What you wearing?" It was just so, everybody was just in total chuckles, and everything was just hilarious at that point, Don, what happened to Johnny? Johnny! Where'd you go, Johnny?
Here's Johnny.
Johnny! Oh, okay. Usually when he goes black like this is because, but I don't know why he just doesn't minus himself while he finishes the conversation. This is usually him covering up because he's going to talk with the wife or something or blah blah blah. It's I know the routine. That's what happens when you're business partners and stuff. You get pretty much aware of all the different things, your quirks and all kinds of stuff. So,
right.
So we're really looking forward to your show tomorrow night. I know I will be tuning in as I'm working.
I think I picked a great selection of tunes. I picked a little bit of everything, starting from way back when to the present. I picked a little bit of everything. Like I said, it's my first show, first time at Indie Rock, so I'm feeling my way around. So we'll see if how well it does or not. We'll see how well it does.
Stick with it, man. You get ready for the ride because this is a wild ride. Everybody, some of the people you met here tonight, they've been with us for a while. And they, it's a passion for us. And one of the keys to our success here at the station is then that we choose people who are passionate about music and passionate about radio and so on. You can't get any better DJ than having someone who's got a lot of passion behind them.
I do know a lot of music trivia too. Like a lot of it, I was taught by my father. Believe it or not, my father was a rocker back in his day. And,
do you do Woodstock?
No, I don't think he went to Woodstock, but I do remember his old Rolling Stones album collection. He loved the Rolling Stones.
There we go.
Yeah, my dad loved the Rolling Stones, but he had other. He liked the Doors, Janis Joplin. He introduced me to all of that. Yeah. He introduced me to all of that, and then the Moody Blues came more from my mother. My love of them started my love of prog rock, progressive rock, and that came more from my mom. And then there was a friend, of mine. He and I would spend hours talking about music. Yeah, we would spend hours on video chat, hours and hours and hours talking about music.
Mhm. Excellent. So well, we're looking forward to it. That it sounds like you got quite the wealth of knowledge, and that's pretty much what you're going to be hearing on the show tomorrow night, folks. I'm sure you're going to be hearing a lot of really cool background information on some of the
Yeah, I
artists
gave a
that
little
you're
bit of
playing and stuff.
background on some of the stuff, on some of the tracks that I'm playing. I gave a little bit of background. Spoiler alert. I gave a little background on some of them. Okay, I'm not giving away any more. That and the fact that I'm at, yes, Pat Benatar, there was Pat Benatar too, because I just would be a very bad Gen Xer if I didn't put out a Pat Benatar too.
Yeah. Well, if you do have any comments on her show and stuff, and you want to get in touch with CK, your email is ready. I'll give it out right now. It's women in rock at indierockradio.ca. That's women in rock at indierockradio.ca. I wanted to put CK, but for some reason it wasn't allowing me. I don't know. It was finicky.
Oh.
Maybe not enough letters or something.
Not enough letters.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
So that's it. So it's women in rock at indierockradio.ca. You can get in touch with CK over there and let her know. Give her some kudos, man. Let her know how she did on her first show and so on.
I will take your requests from there too. If you've got requests, let me know ahead of time before Friday. Through that email.
She'll get it on for you for sure. So Johnny.
Yes.
He looks tired.
Johnny, let's talk about. We got some up and coming interviews and stuff coming up in the next few weeks.
Morgan Dust is on their way in. Within a couple of weeks, we'll have Morgan Dust.
Okay, excellent.
They're basically a band out of the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
We also
well, they've been on the station before. We love them.
Yeah, Chris McLarnon is going to be having an interview. I have the interview already. I just haven't aired it. It's an interview that took place last Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to, in the next month or so, meeting up with the headliner of last week's show, who is Lindsay Sterling. But I'm waiting for Lindsay to get a hold of somebody else, because I want to find out how the partnership between her and Lizzie Hale became a thing. How did Lizzie Hale of Hellstrom partner up with Lindsay Sterling, totally opposites, to bring out one of the greatest songs that Lindsay had out there? In fact, it's a song that broke her on the market here in Canada. It's called Shattered.
Okay.
And it was Lizzie Hale of Hailstrom that broke that.
Okay.
I love it. I love that video. That video is amazing.
Who do I have on next week?
Next week you have Run the Red Light.
Oh, yes. Love Run the Red Light. Miracle. I'm waiting for it.
So everybody does interviews. I always thought that was reserved for Steve Cooper for Cooper Talk.
No. Steve is our main guy. Steve interviews actors and some well-known stars and stuff. We do that also, but one of our most successful things about the station over here is the fact that we do get the interviews. So,
that's cool.
Folks, you need to tune in as often as you possibly can to our Facebook and so on our social media. It's incredible. Sometimes I don't have time to post the banners for Cooper Talk, but recently we've had some heavy hitters on. We had Howard Jones was on recently. Who else was on? We had Susie Quattro. We also had Joe Satriani.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh yeah, we've had even David Duchovny's been on.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
David Duchovny. He's a musician, believe it or not.
I did not know that. I remember him from X-Files.
Steve Stevens, guitarist of Billy Idol. We've had Little Steven from Bruce Springsteen Band, and also from The Sopranos. and Lilyhammer. I love Lilyhammer. Wasn't it a great? Did you ever get to watch Lilyhammer? Hey, you've ever seen some episodes of Lilyhammer? Oh my God! If you haven't watched it, go. You don't have Netflix?
Yeah, I do.
No, okay. Go on there and check out Lilyhammer.
Okay.
You're gonna love it. It's about basically he takes his character from like The Sopranos. He's a mobster who ends up having to go into witness protection.
Oh my God!
All places he chooses to go, they ask him where you want to go. He says Lilyhammer. I loved it there when I went in during the time of the Olympics. You know, because
oh my God!
So. It's amazing. It's hilarious. He literally goes down there, and it's just like boring, simple little town or whatever, Lilyhammer, and he ends up hooking up with the crowd. But he starts forming his own mob over there. It's hilarious. He still works like he's still doing his shit, hustling, owning a bar, having the racket going, and this and that, the bootlegging, the this, that, and everything else. So yeah, it's really funny. It's a great show. He did talk about it in the interview.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, it's a really good. And believe it or not, it was almost more popular. Lilyhammer was almost more popular than his run with The Sopranos. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, man. It was a very, very popular series when it was out.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to watch the whole season and stuff. You'll love it. It's hilarious. So we've had a lot of different stars. We even had Tom Cochran, Aldo Nova. Who else?
Rachel Berlin and Dave the Snake from Skid Row. Yeah. We had Lips Anvil.
Oh yeah, one that we were a little leery about bringing back on to the station or whatever is I think it's Lips, right?
Yeah, Lips Anvil. Oh no.
Yeah, he is. You've never heard a guy cuss as much as this guy cusses.
He hasn't met me yet. He hasn't met me yet. I could teach sailors how to swear.
Oh no, this guy. Word. Every second word.
In the interview,
I swear like I breathe.
I'm sure poor Steve was sitting there going, "Oh my God." Okay, there's nothing wrong with dropping an F-bomb, but I was told that when I first did internet radio. That's what they told me. They says, you have carte blanche, do whatever you want, play whatever you want, say whatever you want, but and you can even cuss if you want. But our rule of thumb here is if you're going to cuss strategically.
Oh no! I made a conscientious effort. There's no swearing in tomorrow night's show. I made a conscientious.
Oh damn! We were looking forward to a good old.
But the next show, I'll put. But now that you said I can use profanity, I'll be.
No. Yeah, we don't want you to go over. I'm just messing with you. We try to keep it clean. We don't want to get all those emails. Hey, John. We got enough emails already.
That's killing us.
That's it.
So, but no, there's no swearing in the show tomorrow.
Anyways, while we're talking about DJs new and old and what's going on, as you folks may notice, Junior Leclerc is not on the show anymore. He basically, I have no idea what the hell he's doing. He just decided to go and host his own show, which he's been posting up, and we wish him all the best of luck. Good luck to whatever it is that you want to do, and thanks for all your time here spent at Indie Rock Radio. It's been a blast, and we wish you luck in your future endeavors. That's it. Indie Scene is back to Indie Scene with Bling. That's right. John, I don't know if you got to hear it at first. Because you had come in a little bit late or whatever, but of course CK got to hear it because she was here early. And
yes, I was.
I'll play it for you now. One of the cool features they put on StreamYard is, you remember we have that little music bed you could play? Well, now they put a thing where you can add your own music and stuff on there too. So that's pretty cool. But
he spent ages performing sound checks, and he's refrained from touching the buffet. Yet, he's keeping reasonably sober and is prepared to play just about anything you care to ask for. Get ready for a very special night and party celebration.
You're about to experience radio at its finest.
It's the indie scene with Bling.
This is the show that interviews the future artist of tomorrow. The indie artist today, broadcasting all over the globe. This is the indie scene with Bling.
All right, that's it. For the next 5 hours, you're my bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, your DJ for tonight has spent hours setting up his lights. He's spent ages performing sound checks, and he's refrained from touching the buffet.
Oh, no one touched the buffet. Mhm. You're muted.
Unmute your mic.
You're muted. We can't hear you. Hey.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Man.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I muted the song or whatever, just, so you got the gist of it. But that intro, believe it or not, has been with me for over 20-something years. It was done by an old friend of mine from Georgia, another DJ by the name of D-Power. And Daryl is his real name. And Daryl did an amazing job at that. But it took me a long time to figure out, I was going, where's that? It's the indie scene with Bling, right? And then I realized what he did was he took a clip of me saying that one time, because I'm the guy behind the voice going, it's the indie scene with Bling, right? So that is my voice in the background doing that. And I thought it was really cool and creative how he took that voice clip from one of my shows. He had recorded some clips and then put that all together. Really cool job with the intro and stuff. So I'm proud to have it back on the show, and I think it's going to make the show sound even cooler. Yeah, we'll have to work on one for you there, CK. The Woman in Rock, and I got to get John's Valley clip cleaned up. Sorry about that, folks. That was I realized how poor of a recording it is.
There will be no Valley this week.
Really?
Well, because tomorrow I get home and I'm leaving. I get my
okay.
and I'm at the door. I have to be there by 4:30.
You're going away?
No, I'm going to a wedding.
What?
I'm going to a wedding.
Oh, well, that's a happy occasion.
Yeah, I'm the best man. So.
Oh, wow. You got to be there.
Forgive him, for he does not what he does, Lord.
Yeah, so there'll be nothing this week for the Valley, which means the numbers will probably
drop a little bit. That's okay, John. They're okay. Our numbers are good, John. We're going to be okay.
I don't think
John's the number. Can you tell? I'm the easygoing. It's all right.
He doesn't care about the numbers, but you see,
John's the numbers guy.
Yeah,
John's the numbers guy. Got it.
He doesn't check the emails from Radio Co. because I get them.
Yeah.
Radio Co. is pulling me, and it may one day be that they do get me.
They do what?
They seem to kind of pull me, but they tell me I got the best show. My numbers are great. I have the biggest.
They're trying to snake you. The little bastards.
But I don't.
Hey, they're trying to steal my partner from me.
No, I'm not ready to.
Hey, screw you, Indie Rock Radio. Even though you pay, even though you pay a lot of money every month to keep this service flowing or whatever, we're going to take your main show. Because you know what? Yeah, that's great business.
Yeah, and we'll only charge you so much a month.
Yeah,
you're paying single now. You'll pay double.
We're not paying enough.
That's what they're thinking, eh?
Your station sucks, but they'll take the value.
No, they James seems to think the station's going to boom. He says the numbers have gone up. He's very pleased. He said since when we first came with him, which is true, it's been a little less than a year. We've been with them, but since when we came with them, Phil, we were only pulling in 300. probably about 30,000 listeners a month.
Yep. You know, the
Now
first
we're
night, I
pulling
remember
in.
the first night I started the station. That night alone, we had over 800 listeners in the first night. And then it was rose and rose, and then our growing pains happened. I don't know if a lot of you remember, if you've been with us for a long enough period of time, but we did go through some growing pains where we went through Live 365, and then the worst one of all, Sam Broadcaster. Oh God,
I don't remember
great
Sam
software, Sam Broadcaster, but the cloud service that they offer is, oh my God. We've never had the station go down so many times. And the best part is when you call for customer service, nobody's there.
Nobody.
It's on the weekend.
Oh,
One of the main things is in radio is there's no pauses, no interruptions. It's got to keep flowing constantly all the time. It's a lot of pressure on people, just as much pressure as it is for you to go and DJ a wedding and make sure that day goes perfectly smooth. You know, but if you're paying for a service, you got to expect the best. You know, so far we're with Radio.co. Besides them trying to poach my partner from me, I think in general they do a really great job, and I have to give them
But they're not
kudos.
only poaching me. I'm sure there's 100 people, thousands and thousands.
Yeah, I'm sure they're poaching everybody else. They just, like anybody, they just want to blow wind up people's butts.
I don't want to go anywhere. I don't have time to do a show.
Thieving bastards. Thieving bastards.
Yeah, but how do they expect me to do a station 24/7? I couldn't. I don't have the time.
Yeah, no, you don't have the time because you're too busy doing the Valley for Indie Rock Radio, which won't be aired this week. But please forgive John. The show will be back at you next week.
Next Friday.
But are we going to be leaving people a bit of some good Christian music to keep them flowing, or what?
I'll have to upload some, yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll make sure that we
But
get
what
that
we'll
on
do
for
is
you.
also there will be a show probably Sunday from
Mhm.
9 o'clock because I will put one together on the weekend. You know?
Yeah.
Because I have the list here, it's just I haven't had time to upload it and do the voice tracks and everything. Cause
Yeah.
I've been pretty busy this week trying to get our new DJ up and running. You know.
There you go.
I don't want CK to feel like that we just shoved you in there and said, do it yourself. You know, you have to be baby steps.
Baby steps. Oh, that's the one thing with our DJs over here at the station.
I'm going to play a video now. This is a video. I finally found it. I've been looking for it.
play a video.
I'm going to play the video I was talking about by Lindsay Sterling with Lizzie Hale.
Is it uploaded to our system here?
No, it's on YouTube, but it's good.
Okay. All right.
You can share a screen and play YouTube. You can
Do
share a
it.
screen.
Yeah, I do it. Go for it, man.
You got
You're
to
the
see
man.
this video will make you think. That's what
Oh, yeah?
I like it.
Is it going to give me the same Lee Aaron experience or what?
I doubt it. But
Okay. Just checking.
how come
You got to X us out first, John. John, I don't think it's playing. I was just checking. It's not showing anything.
No, okay.
Okay. Let's see.
Why did it do that? Get out of here.
Well, there's some things StreamYard can do, and there's some things StreamYard can't do.
What kind of video were you trying to play? Was it a YouTube?
Yeah. He was doing
Supposed to be able to play YouTube.
Hold on. Yeah, it wouldn't let us.
Problem is that the audio doesn't.
Let's see.
Audio music. Well, I just checked on the phone or whatever; it wasn't coming through our live feed. So, try again.
Which doesn't make sense, you know.
Nothing
Maybe
ever makes sense.
blocking that one too. You know? If I go to window,
You know what I blame? Aliens. Aliens, man. Freaking aliens, man.
Right.
That's it. Okay, there we go. There's a screen.
Yeah, let's see. Hold
on. Okay. We're getting an inside look into inside. And then gets even deeper to inside. You're sharing your main screen. You know that, John?
Yeah. Well, that's why I'll pull it up.
That's where John is going into some deep-rooted deepness here. And there we go.
Win at work by communicating effectively with Grammarly.
We can skip ads.
Skip ads.
Skip ads. Okay, here we go.
I think you'll be fascinating.
Now it's playing. Okay, let's minimize the screens now.
Ooh, pretty.
Until the song disappears. Somebody's shadow. I'm frozen by the fear in me. Somebody make me feel alive and shadow me. So cut me from the light. This is spinning endlessly. Somebody make me feel if only the clock would speak, I wouldn't be so alone. We burn every magnet in spring and spiral into the unknown. Somebody's shadow. I'm frozen by the fear in me. Somebody make me feel alive and shadow me. So cut me from the light. This is spinning endlessly. Somebody make me feel Somebody make me watching, and I want to say thank you so much to Lizzie Hale for being part of this with me. She's the most amazing person, and as you can tell, she is.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you have to look at this
I enjoyed
this young girl
yeah.
going on American Got Talent, being told by Piers Morgan she's not good enough.
Yeah.
Been told by Sharon Osbourne.
Yeah.
Sharon Osbourne, what the hell does she know? She's a druggie's friggin' wife.
Yeah,
Being told by Sharon Osbourne that she'll never sell a stadium.
Yeah.
This woman, first time she came to Montreal, she backed up Arcade Fire. She came back 6 to 8 months later, played MTELUS, where she played with Arcade Fire, sold out.
And John saw her the other night at Last Days Art.
3 years ago, 4 years ago, she played at Place Belle, sold out. Last Thursday, she played at Place des Arts, the biggest venue she's ever played in Montreal, sold out.
Yeah.
But she's not going to make anything. If you have not seen her in concert, I'd say go and see her. She's what they call a dubstep violinist. She dances and she moves all over that stage. She's even got dancers now. When she first came to Montreal, all it was her and her violin. Now she's got a keyboardist, a guitarist, and a drummer.
Oh, wonderful. Guess what? We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook's end. It is possible that the stream was ended and deleted on Facebook. We'll keep trying and let you know if it's resolved. Blah, 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 blah. So once again, we got flagged for something.
Probably
Gotta
the
love
music,
Facebook.
no? For using copyright music. Because of copyright music, I don't know.
It's probably because the video that we played or whatever is, we played too much of it, John. We got to watch that. Is she a signed artist?
No, she's independent, her own independent label.
Well, for some reason they flagged us. It could have been maybe, they told us the situation with River was cleared up. River's signed by Sony Music. So they did flag her during the interview last time, and that's where we had issues, and I have to redo the interview now. But anyways, it's a good time for us to end off the show.
And River had given us the full go-ahead.
Crazy. But anyways, you'll be able to hear this show as you are right now on indierockradio.ca. We are still live on our station. You can't touch that. Can't touch this. Can't touch it. Anyways, I'm going to end off the show anyhow because I got some warm food waiting for me downstairs. I wanted to thank you very much for coming on the show tonight, and good luck to you tomorrow night. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the family here at Indie Rock Radio.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing all the cool fedoras. You're going to have to post pictures once in a while of new fedoras.
Well, there's plenty of pictures on my your Facebook friend of mine. There's plenty of pictures of me in different hats.
Oh, yeah? Super hats, eh?
That and a lot of fan art.
You know what's going to happen, eh? You're going to have to start finding out where we can get these fedoras because we're going to have to start selling it on our merch site.
But I don't
start selling them on our merch site. You know.
Pardon me.
The CK fedora. We'll have to get something done.
Yeah, you're not the first person to bring that up. Actually, like one of my YouTube viewers a couple of years back thought that I should put out a line of fedoras. He thought, in her words, it would be dope. She's from New York.
It would be dope.
Said,
well, we have our merch site. So
yeah, she said it would be dope if I had my own line of fedoras.
That's it. Excellent. All right, so that is going to be it for us here tonight on Indie Scene. Hope you're happy. Next week we are coming back with Run the Red Light. looking forward to that interview next week. And we want to thank you very much for tuning into Indie Scene here on IndieRockRadio.ca. You can catch the show each and every Thursday night from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on Facebook when they don't cut us out, and on YouTube and Twitter. Also, you can find the show. Also, we do repeat the show in audio on the station live on Sunday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by The Valley with John Blakemore that plays again its second round on Sunday nights from which is coming up, right, John?
9 p.m.
So now I got to introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, John is going to be quickly jumping away from this studio over here into another studio where he will then be bringing you The Valley. But that doesn't work because you said you're not hosting the show this week.
Yeah,
okay, so maybe next week.
Sunday there will be a show. No
It's
show
the magic
tomorrow,
of radio.
But tomorrow.
That's it. The magic of radio, people.
That's radio.
The magic of radio. Anyways, till then, if you are interested in coming on the show and you want to get an interview or get your music played on the station, it's a simple task. Please listen clearly to what I'm telling you. All you need to do is send us an email at music@indierockradio.ca. And what we need you to do is to send us your music on direct MP3 format. None of the Spotify stuff or any sort of third-party accounts, we do not accept that. If you want your music reviewed, keep it simple. Send it by MP3, and we will review it and let you know, and probably be in touch with you for an interview. If
I may have somebody for you, actually, a young woman from Winnipeg. I'm a friend of her mom's. I'm a friend of her mother's.
Winterpeg?
She's in Winter. She's from Winterpeg, but I'm a friend of her mom's.
Okay.
So
we'll have to talk. Yeah, we can talk about that off air or whatever. That's cool.
Yeah.
So basically, we don't want people to think anybody's getting special treatment over here. You know?
No, of course not. No.
Well, everybody gets a fair shot at this game. Send the music over to music@indierockradio.ca. Don't forget to check us out each and every week. We have got more music coming your way. So stay tuned, folks. And if you are on the Facebook or YouTube, we're not on Facebook now. If you're on any of these channels or whatever, make sure you check out our station, which runs 24/7, 365 days a year. And trust me, it's a lot of work, but we love it. And we love giving it to you. Love it. Make sure you tune in to IndieRockRadio.ca. The Valley, make sure you tune into that show each and every week. And if you're looking for a scheduled list of when all these shows are, you can simply go to our website and click on schedule, and it will tell you exactly there of when you can find your favorite show. Or if you don't have a favorite show, I'm sure you can find one over there because there's lots of them. Like I said, we had Tommy Chung coming up this weekend for anybody who's tuning in now. Next week, I think we have, what's his name? What's the gentleman's name from SCTV? Something McDonald? Yeah. Another guest on Cooper Talk or whatever. And, of course, Run the Red Light once again over here on Indie Scene. So, till then, keep rocking and turn it up loud. Do all those cool things, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks a lot for tuning in. This has been Indie Scene with Bling. Thanks a lot, John. Thanks a lot, CK.
Thank you. Thank you for
have
having
yourself
me.
a wonderful evening. Take care.
Have a good evening. Bye.
There we go.